Can you have a simply wonderful Christmas time in February? Asking for a friend? Hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Aoife and today I am super belatedly taking you through all of the books that I got for Christmas because the parcel from my parents has finally arrived and now I can tell you what's inside in them. So, some of these books are going to be from my Amazon wishlist, some of them are going to be from my parents, and some of them are going to be from my partner and his family. The first two on the list are from my partner and his family. So he got me the book from Katana Comics called Snug, which is kind of just like a little graphic novel of some of their designs and illustrations. We send them to each other pretty much daily by this stage because we very much fit into the situation of him being very tall and having a beard and me being very short and wearing my hair in a ponytail quite a lot. And so the book that I got from his family is Make Me German by Adam Fletcher. And this book is interesting in that it is double-sided. So on this side, you have the German translation. And if you flip it over, then you have the English. I think that's a really great way for me to help improve my German in that I can read the English version no problem at all. Absolutely not a problem. But I'm going to try and challenge myself to read the German translation of it. So this book is written by a guy called Adam Fletcher and he moved from the UK to Germany a couple of years ago. And I believe this book is kind of about him adjusting to life in Germany, which is quite different to the life that he would have been used to in the UK, and kind of getting to terms with the country that he lives in now and coming to terms with their cultures and their traditions and their customs, which would be totally different to what he's expected in the UK. One of the books that I got from my parents is a non-fiction book called Women Don't Owe You Pretty by Florence Given. I had this on my Amazon wishlist, not really for quite a long time, but I had seen so many people talking about it. I knew that this was a book I wanted to read. I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that it has been really, really well received by the book community. On the back, it says, Women Don't Owe You Pretty is the ultimate book for anyone who wants to challenge the outdated narratives supplied to us by the patriarchy. It will teach you how to protect your energy, tell you that you are the love of your own life, and that today is a wonderful day to dump them. Florence Given is here to remind you that you owe men nothing, least of all pretty. I'm hype. I'm really excited to read this one. I think it's going to be kind of like, oh, it's got illustrations. I did not realize that. I am really excited to get reading this one. The next two books came as gifts from KJ from Bookish Babblings, and they are Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade and The Mothers by Brit Bennett. I read The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett at the end of last year, and I really, really enjoyed it, but I hadn't read her debut novel, The Mothers, yet, so I put that straight onto my wish list, and then it came off pretty much immediately. As for Spoiler Alert, I have been getting quite a lot more into much more steamy contemporary romances, and I know that that is what I'm in for here, and I understand that it's kind of like a fan fiction, fan getting with their idol kind of a story, which is definitely something that I think we've all dreamt about, and I am really excited to see it being brought to the page. The next book on the list is another gift from my wish list, which is the Bromance book called by Lisa K. Adams. I got this as a gift from Justine from I Should Read That on the recommendation of her husband, who absolutely loved this one. And I have very high hopes for this one because somebody who really loved it and whose kind of tastes are similar to mine is Hayley from Hayley in Bookland. So I have a feeling if both of them have liked it, I'm going to pretty much enjoy it too. From what I understand, this is the story of a guy called Gavin, whose marriage is kind of falling apart at the moment. So he and a couple of other guy friends kind of come together and make a book club to read romances, pick up some tips on how to spice up their marriage, tips on how to improve in the bedroom, and just how to all around be better husbands, which is something that I'm really interested in reading because I love seeing people take the initiative to admit that there is a problem in their life and then take the initiative to go out and fix that problem. The next book on the list is Shagged, Married, Annoyed by Chris and Rosie Ramsey. These two are hilarious. They have a podcast called Shagged, Married, Annoyed that comes out every Friday, on which they kind of discuss the things that are annoying them about each other in the last week. And they read out a lot of questions from the public or stories that people have sent into them. And I believe that this is kind of taking a story and then applying it to how they would have fixed it or how this has happened in their lives, and then telling us a little bit more about their story and how they got together and what it's like to be married to each other. I really enjoy these two as a podcast host. I really like Rosie on Instagram, and I am genuinely really excited to get reading this one. The next one is Erins Diary by Lisa McGee, and this is connected to the series Derry Girls. If you have not seen that, go and fix this immediately. I absolutely adore Derry Girls. I have a feeling that this is kind of a version of Erins Diary that we see Orla reading on the first 5 minutes of the program, and there's lots of illustrations and fact files about the characters, and you learn more about the characters that are in the series. This looked a bit like one of the scripts of the show. Oh, there's a glossary. It's not a script, it's a glossary. There's a glossary of terms that people wouldn't understand if they didn't grow up in Ireland or if they hadn't seen the show before. This is a book that I have been really looking forward to reading, and I am going to binge watch the TV show again and then get reading this. The final book on the list is one that can pop up on my channel in another place. It is Cravings, Hungry for More by Chrissy Teigen. So this is, I think, her second cookbook, but it is definitely something that is going to appear in a Cooking the Books episode coming up soon. I haven't cooked anything by Chrissy Teigen yet, though I have saved a couple of her recipes from a website onto my phone. But I think having them all in a book that is going to be easy accessible right up there on the top of my shelf is going to make deciding what's for dinner so much easier. So, finally, there are all of the books that I have gotten for Christmas this year. Are there any of those that you have read? Which one should I start with? Please do let me know, because I am genuinely spoiled for choice. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I have new videos up every week. Now, get on out of here.